So when I purchased this, they put the label right on top where you would not want it to be. So if you start to tear it up, peel it up, it's going to peel. So I'm going to try to heat it. I got a lot of suggestions of stuff I can order, but I have nothing I'm not ordering right now. So I'm going to try just to do the heat of the blow dryer. Okay, so that did work, though. Yes, it would be easier to have something. I mean, it's not terribly bad to take it off. There are some crayons in there that they're pieces and parts, but it's all about that graphics on this cute little box. Yes, if you are a reseller, don't put those tags right out in front if you were going to put a sticker on a paper item. That makes it very difficult for people to get them off. Yes, there's lots of products out there, but the heat of the blow dryer worked out just fine. So, hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Yvonne. You are on a Ginger Chick Rehab, where I love pre-loved secondhand items, vintage antiques, just putting items together, looking for items to decorate my own home with, make cute little vignettes with, do DIY crafts with. So if you like that kind of jam, smash that subscription button if you're not already a member of my YouTube family. So in today's video, I just recently shared a haul where I was going through an antique store, and as I'm sharing the haul, I'm like, oh, well, this one together, this and this one together. Oh my gosh, and then my mind was just spinning that I'm like, okay, I have to put these little vignettes together for you all and share with you how, like, even if you're not finding the item in somebody's booth or finding it, how you can bring it all together, putting it in some type of container unit to be able to display it in your own home. So we're going to start off with a box. Just what looks like a box, but it actually is an old drawer that has some chippy paint on it. Oh, look at that green chippy paint. It is as clean as it's going to get, because you clean it too much and you ruin that beautiful patina that is on there. So it's cleaned, and then we're going to take that crayon box, because that crayon box has that same color of green, which will match wonderfully. So that's going to start that whole little box to display something. Here we are, the little box. It's not an exact match, but does it matter? No, it does not matter that it's not an exact match at all. It's just kind of going in here. You got some yellow that was whatever, for whatever reason, and then we have the little box. Another little item that I thrifted was this adorable little, just a little chalkboard. So you can put it like that, in that direction. You can put it long way, because it does fit long way in there, but you still have some space for some other fun items to go in the middle. There's just something about a bucket of old blocks. So I'm just kind of trying to look for something that's not going to take away from what the graphics of the box are. Looking for some aged letters. Doesn't have to be letters, it can be numbers. They don't have to match. Like this one doesn't match, but it's got some nice age to it. Just like that one. And then I don't want to see that very bright red at top, so I could do that. Or you can do that. I mean, either way, it's just fun. And then this, you have some space in here that we could fill in with something a little bit more to add a little bit more height, a little bit more interest. So I have two items that I could choose from. I have a little kid's book that has some age to it, or I have an older little flashcard. So we could put like put the little book, take out the crayons for a second. You could put the little book behind there, put the flashcard in there. But the little book may be too white, too clean looking to go with all the darkness that's going on, the primitive look that it's got going on. So I'll see what else I have. So I do have this book that doesn't really have like, it's got the darkness with it. So that fills up that space, it matches in there. There's not really anything on that book, but it's coming together. I don't think we're quite there yet. So it's just a book, nothing too fancy. But I felt like it was just so plain behind there that I thought, okay, I have this little number and I have a little bitty clothespin, and then I'm just gonna stick it on there just to give some more interest from behind. The 13 matches the edition card that we have in there, and just we'll hold it on. And then we can stick it back in there. And then I found a little harmonica and a couple older little dice there. And it's just like a little, now it's coming together. It just needed that extra element back there and some other little things just to look like this is the stuff a little schoolhouse would be made of. So my next isn't necessarily a box, as it is an old sifter. So what do? You can just put it on the wall. It's got the original metal backing on it. And then somebody added some screening to it, but they nailed it in. I'm not going to mess with that, but I am going to build a shelf. I mean, you can put just decor just at the bottom of it, and that would be perfectly fine. But I think I'm going to make a shelf, not stick it in there permanently, because this is an old sifter, just to kind of put it in there so you can sit some decor on it. So this is just a piece of pallet wood, nothing fancy. I was kind of matching it up with our pallet wood stash to what the patina would be. So now I just need to mark off. I want it to sit in the inside of this. So I just need to mark off like where I need to cut. Because I don't want it to be in the middle. I kind of want it to be a little bit on the lower side. And of course, I think that nail's going to be right in the way. Or try to anyway. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to fit it in there wherever it's going to get stuck on that metal, but that's okay because it'll make it a nice tight fit. It'll make it a nice tight fit. Like I said, I'm not gluing it in. I'm gonna let the force of it be heavy enough. to be on there. So the nice thing about the shaker boxes is it has the lip, so you don't really have to put any type of hanger in there. You just hang it to your shelf. Your shelf is straight. So look at, now we have the aged pallet wood that matches the age of this, that then distracts from them putting the screening in it, and we can put some cute decor on there. I'm just gonna be playing around, seeing I have some old boxes, deciding which way the graphics go on that, which is a nice primitive look there. So then I'll just keep filling things in, seeing what I have in my stash. Because you don't want to put too much dark in there so you can't see everything. I do have a doorknob that is crusty, rusty, creamish, and I love the primitive flag, and it's not any big deal that it's too tall because I can cut it down. But I love that primitive flag with the primitive look, so I'll just take a Japanese saw and cut that down. Japanese saw comes in very handy for quick little cuts like this. Ta-da! Now it's shorter. Okay, let's see if that is short plenty, but I added height now, which is wonderful. I'll probably run a little iron over that because it's a little bit wrinkled, but we'll play with it. And this doorknob has detailed on it, so it doesn't necessarily want to sit up straight, but that's also the character of it. So you just play with it until it does. So now I have this book, just an older book that came in a haul, and it matches that little red, sort of. It's funny in itself, argument settler. Do we all need that? So if you have a jeweler's eye to read that, yeah, and you need to settle an argument, here's the book for you. But that is just a great conversation piece. And now I'm popping the darkness of the older wood with the color of the red. And then I have this. You gotta antique, y'all, because you'll see little things like this and they're not much money. You know, it's like garage sale prices. If garage sales had good prices, a lot of times, yeah, it's a hit and miss on garage sales. But it is so super cute. So I thought, I know it's really not, I mean, decorating Americana is a thing, especially when it comes to folk art, primitive, you know, so that's popping that book out. So I'm still looking, I mean, I'm still playing here. Even though this is a brighter white, that's okay. It still adds interest. I got a whole bag of these at an antique store for minimal. It does have a hole in it, but that's okay. But we're just adding some lightness in here so it's not so dark. We're still trying to do that. So there's still plenty of room to fill in here. So are y'all a word person, a label person? I do have the little bitty flower frog, which is great for adding words. So these you can get off Etsy. Lots of people make these little cards, but I just find the right spot to put it. And there I've got some more of that light color that goes with that. It's a little bit bright with that, and it's still popping everything out. So I'm really liking how this is coming together. I feel like I can get a little bit more in. I have an obsession with picking up old keys. So I think we'll try to figure out how to add like some old keys in here. Probably not that many. That might be a little extreme. I'm not even sure how these are all put together. Let me work on getting these apart. They've been together for a while. To be able to see them on the shelf, they look wonderful. Got some great age to them. So we'll just kind of stick them on the shelf like that so you can see that there are a whole bunch of keys, which they're fanned out, kind of like the fan is fanned out. I feel like I still want some type of lightness, so I'm going to like kind of move stuff a little bit over here and there. I have this little bitty rusty cup, which matches that color, which I feel like I need another one of that color. So I'm gonna put that in back there, which then pops the keys a little bit more. And then I have a plan for that. So my plan is to add some of this baby's breath in. You can get this off of Amazon. And that's another light feature in there. And I can move this over a little bit. Or if I wanted to, I can move that, whichever. You know, you just keep doing things until it's pleasing to your eye. And that might need the 3 bunches. So look at how this all came together. So cute. It's so adorable. Like, you could put more down here, but you don't want to get so busy, or like greenery or something like that. Or it's all a personal preference, but I'm just going to keep it as a shelf. I love it. I love how it came together. Vintage green color will get me every time. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. As is, no painting necessary. But in that same trip that I was shopping, terracotta pots, I am obsessed. I have a passion for aged terracotta pots. I know you can buy them new from Walmart, but that's not where I want them. I want them patinaed. So they don't all 3 match, that they don't have to. So, and even if it's chipped, it doesn't matter. I have ones that are cracked, but look at 2 separate booths, 2 separate, like showing the haul. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I do feel like that we need some kind of plant in here. I'm not going to do an annual or a perennial that we have to take care of. We're going to do something fakey that can come inside and last from year to year. So I'm going to be putting in here today are these sweet little, I don't even know what they're called. They have a little touch of yellow to them. I buy wholesale, my greenery. These are from CWI Wholesale Company. I'll link it below if you're a wholesaler and interested, but I thought they would just be perfect. Not that you're going to put them in the hole, but they'd be perfect just like that. And something simple, nothing terribly too tall. So first let's get these tags off, because you don't want to sell your tags. And I know I'll get this question, the question of how do you... So the florals I'm going to be putting in here today are these sweet little, I don't even know what they're called. They have a little touch of yellow to them. I buy wholesale, my greenery. These are from CWI Wholesale Company. I'll link it below if you're a wholesaler and interested, but I thought they would just be perfect. Not that you're going to put them in the hole, but they'd be perfect just like that. And something simple, nothing terribly too tall. So first let's get these tags off, because you don't want to sell your tags. And I know I'll get this question, the question of how do you sell groupings all together, like the little Americana one I did. You can hot glue them in place. You can like glue them off or tape it off or just write on the tag, or you just plain and simply sell it all separately and have it all different price, but have it staged like that to give somebody the idea. So this is just an idea of how to do your home decor with your thrifted items. I do, after I put these all together, I do pop these up for auction on eBay, or I would have way too much stuff in my house. But if I was to put them in my booth, that's what I would do. Like, depending on how it came out, I have to either price them separately or I'd have to glue them all into place. So unfortunately I need to, this is way, way too long. And you can bend them over. I'm just one that I just cut the extra off. So now I want to be able to, like, so they don't move around. I guess you could just stick it in there, but I think they're still going to be too long. I think I need to take that next one off. There. So let me show you. Okay, so Dollar Tree floral foam. Then I have some of this green grass that I'm going to hide the floral foam. Kind of looks like Easter grass, but, or you could use Spanish moss. Spread it out because of course it comes all matted together and then it's meant to be arranged a little bit. Ta-da! So 2 more to go. So how cute is this? But I feel like you can still add more. It's very cute as is. The flowers are very cute. They're very like spring and summer. Of course, you know, they're not permanently in there, so you can change them out for fall if you want. But I do have this dragonfly, so I want to add a little bit of bling to this. So I just need to play around to figure out which area that this, oh, that looks cute up there. That looks cute up there. We can wire that on. It's just sitting in the, and then yeah, we'll get a couple more dark features in here. We have the dragonfly set in, and I don't feel like I need to wire it because I think it's sitting just fine. But I do have this very old bird guide book that kind of matches the terracotta, and I wondered if I could just sit it on there one way or another, because I think it's just a very neat, it's just a very neat book. So like if you had this just sitting out there on a shelf and you're like, oh, what bird is that? It does have, the spine is broken. I'm not re-gluing it. It just has some beautiful pictures of some birds in it. So it's amazing what you can just put together. I have the book. Now to hold the book in place, even though I can't get it to set on there, I have another little terracotta pot and another little terracotta pot. If you ever wonder what to do with those little bitty terracotta pots, that is exactly what, just line them up and let them kind of rest on each other. So this is a box. Nothing terribly special about this box. It has 2 pieces of wood, not that it cracked, but it was made with that. So it's a great shelf sitter. So we're going to fill this up with some yummies. My motivation for this box was this adorable, fun little cow. Oh my gosh. He is just so fun. So he is going to go in that box, not sitting on his tail because he doesn't sit right on his tail, but let's get his tail off to the side. There we go. So cute, cute, cute. And then there was a booth that had this primitive sunflower. Maybe it went on something, maybe it didn't go on anything, but I thought it is large. It is great to stuff into there. Wow, is it great. And then I have these little milk bottles. It does actually say milk on it. So they're kind of the same color as the cow. So like if I had this in my booth, I'd probably like sell everything separately. I wouldn't necessarily glue it down. Like that would have a price, that would have a price, that would have a price. So it's a way of staging in your booth. If you're a reseller, a way to decorate with your thrifted finds, even though every single one of these pieces, probably not the box, I got at an antique store. So for minimal. So there is something about lighting a space up, though a grungy candle's not going to stand up on its own. I do have, when I do pick these up when I see them. I could probably buy them wholesale, but I don't think about it. But they're really minimal. So yeah, something to hold the candle up so that light will go against that dark. And then we have a little candle ring, some little greenery. So we can scoot him over, put that on there. So you got a little pop of greenery in there. But I still feel like we can fill in some more. There's plenty of room here still for some more stuff. So I purchased these from a lady that makes them at one of the antique stores. So it's got your cow, your barn, your whole little, so like your whole little graphics. As I'm trying to add another light feature in here. I had some bingo cards, but I didn't think that I wasn't in love with them. I don't hate them, but well, maybe I do more than I look at it. But anyway, I need some lightness over on this side. So this side needs some lightness because this side has some lightness. And there's the cow. No, I think it's too new. I've got too much old age stuff in there. But I do like the bingo cards over there now. A whole little box of like numbers and things that I pick up. Old cards. Because you just never know when you're creating what you're going to find. Like you could, like, look at, so you could do another number card. And I've got this clothespin that I'm just determined to use on something. And then that would just add like a little something to help it stand up. A little bit more number over there. I don't, why we need a number? I don't know, because I like numbers. I think there's 2 in here. So you have a 6 or a 14. And I changed my mind on the card. I like the bingo. I do like bingo. I have an old cow tag that is plastic that has faded and aged. It might have been red, I don't know. I'm not going to leave it on the chain though. I think I can stick it in that area and that'll be what that space needed. Though the fun of getting these off isn't always when they've been rusty crusted. So I might use bolt cutters. Used a flathead screwdriver to pry it apart. Let's see if we can get that tag off there. Like I just did. So out with that. Oh, maybe not even the clothespin. Oh, cute. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I know putting little vignettes is kind of, I love to decorate. So getting to stage this all for you just warms my heart when I pick up all these littles and I finally have enough inspiration to actually create a palette to begin with, and then take an old box, an old shaker box, a wire basket, anything to gather little items up and make beautiful vignettes for you all. So I hope I have inspired you in any way to look at secondhand finds in a new way. So again, thank you so much for watching today's video. And as always, if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you're new and you're checking out this channel and you stay to the end, I think you kind of like this. So make sure you smash that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.